We back again with another one, guys. Let's go.
Sham says men are polygamous by nature. Name a benefit that men get from monogamy that doesn't entail the feelings of his woman. Hashtag tell me. Well, I think that's really dependent upon the type of man. Okay. You can't speak for all men and say, oh, by nature all men are this.
Yes, he can, because by nature, all men are polygamous. By nature. All men. All men are polygynous by nature. No man was put on this earth to just be with one woman. Again, monogamy is population control. Monogamy is what society has put on us to keep us from growing, to keep us from, pretty much building community and so forth. That's what's going on. Let's get back to this. Let's go.
My husband, for example, he'll let y'all know, and he's let you all know in previous dope discussions where I had him on. He said he just energetically could not take having to deal with multiple women.
Well, that's him. At the end of the day, I mean, to each his own. If he feel that he don't want to do that, that means that technically he can't afford to deal with them. Now, remember what your words are. Your words were that if a man is going to deal with multiple wives, he would have to be able to afford them, provide for them, take care of them. So maybe in his mind, he can't afford them, or he just don't want to deal with the headaches and various other issues. But because he is like that, that does not mean that he speaks for all men in terms of, oh, well, because he don't want to deal with multiple women, then that's just the norm and we just supposed to accept that. No, men by nature are polygynous. What the commenter made the super chat, he spoke facts. Men are polygynous by nature. It's just that society has caused us all to accept monogamy. And because of this, women feel that they can control a man's manhood. And this is why we have so many problems today with women, because in their mind, they believe they control us. And this is why we're having so many problems right now. Because when we get into relationships, women instantly believe that they control us. They'll say we're cheating, we're this, we're that. It's like as soon as a guy get a woman's number, the woman automatically believe that he's single. Like, why do we even have that mentality as people? A woman could get with a man and assume he's single. He could be a handsome guy, good job, making money. She just automatically believes he's single and that he's available and that he got no other woman, which is crazy because in her mind, again, she believed that she controlled the man that she's with. Let's get back to the point. Let's go.
So it really does depend on that man's personality, his lifestyle, how he's set up, how he's wired. Because
how he's set up, how he's wired. Well, how your man is wired and set up, it doesn't have anything to do with how the majority of men are in society. Again, a lot of men are programmed to be monogamous. They're trained. They have been beaten by society into accepting that particular lifestyle. And maybe your man don't want no other woman. Maybe you're the woman that he always desired and he don't have no other need. It is what it is. But the truth be told, men are polygynous by nature. It just so happened he's comfortable with where he is. It is what it is. But society have always had men that have had multiple wives and multiple women. Even in the world we live in right now. Come on, you know this. You're a grown woman. Men out here are not dealing with one woman. Men out here are dealing with multiple women. And they're dealing with these women in a negative way. I'm not saying that these guys today are dealing with these things positive or that they're all on point. A lot of these guys that even come into your comments talking about, oh yeah, they want to have multiple wives. A lot of those guys are not even qualified. And when I say qualified, I'm not even speaking on economics. What I'm speaking on when I talk about qualified is that these men have no real intentions on taking care of children. They're not interested really in serving, in terms of being a protector, being a provider, being a teacher of the house. These men are not even handy. These men don't know how to build nothing. These men can't fix nothing. These men haven't even established anything. So when they get with women, they're not focused on building a family. They just want to have sex. So they'll take things that they heard from me because technically speaking, Danica, I'm pretty much one of the pioneers in these YouTube streets that have been talking about the topic of polygyny and having multiple wives before everybody in these YouTube streets. Shout out to Handu Solomon. That's another OG in these spaces that have been talking about polygyny for many, many years before anybody in these YouTube streets been talking about the topic. So what I'm saying is, in today's culture, we have a lot of people making videos about this type of stuff. And they're doing it because it is now being more prevalent now, but it's in the negative. There are really no successful polygynous unions that we can see today because everything has been overwhelmed by what is known as poly relationships, which is a perverted form of polygamy, where you have bisexual men dealing with lesbian women, and they have these unions that they call polygamy, which is really a perverted form of the union. And because of that, people assume that polygyny is the way they see it on social media. Anytime you see anybody saying they have a poly relationship, just turn it off because it's not real, because you're dealing with perversion. Now, I don't know how you feel about those things, but at the end of the day, me personally, I would not get with a woman under polygyny if I know she likes women. I just wouldn't do that. It doesn't matter if she's a fine sister. It doesn't matter. If I know that she have, rainbow tendencies for other women, I can't deal with her, because I'm not bringing that around my wife or my children. I don't want that energy around us. So she's going to have to go find somebody else. But anyway, let's get back to the points. Let's go.
It's a lot of guys out here who are not set up to have more than one woman, just to be honest with you. Okay. But I will be real and say this. We got to be able to acknowledge the fact that, in today's time, a lot of men are kind of being pushed in a way to be poly because of the fact that they're just not able to find all that they're looking for in one woman. So in today's time, you are going to start to see a lot of men have more than one woman because, big shout out to Charles, because, she can't do this, but she can. And she can't do that, but she can. And so you have that going on for those reasons.
See,
and also,
let me talk about that. When it comes to that particular point there, right, I want to address that situation too. Let me get this thing situated here. Okay. Now, you said that there are situations where you have men that they're being pushed into what is known as poly. Again, you have to be specific when you say these words because it sends mixed signals on social media. You got to say polygyny. Don't say poly. When you say poly, what you're saying is that bisexual men are getting with lesbian women and they're having orgies and various other, weirdo dynamics. And I'm just saying that because it is what it is. It's weird because it's not respectful. We're talking about men having all of his women naked in front of him. That's not what polygyny is. That's what poly is. We have to be, understand that. But you said that men are being pushed into this because they can't find what they need or everything they need in one woman. The truth is, no one woman have everything a man needs. And that's one of the problems. In monogamy, a lot of women are coming to men thinking that when they come to him, that they got everything this man need. No. None of you ladies at the sound of my voice have everything a man needs. You don't have that ability. You just don't have that. And for far too long, women have been under this condition of, I have everything my man need. I'm this, I'm that. No, it don't work like that, sister. You got to understand how serious this is. When it comes to the points that I'm making here, I'm trying to get ladies and the men to understand that none of you ladies have everything a man need. You just don't. As much as you ladies think that you have it all, you don't. It doesn't matter how good you look. It doesn't matter how fine your body look. You don't have everything a man need. It's just not there. Polygyny has always existed in today's day. Always. And it's not like guys are looking around saying, oh, well, I need this woman for this. I need that woman for that. It's not even that. A man starts off with one woman, right? Respectfully, a man starts off with one woman. And then as he grow, as a man, he began to realize what he need in a woman. So he might have one particular woman and she bore him children, and maybe she can't have children anymore, or maybe she got to an age where it's not really beneficial for her to do that, and he may need another wife, or he may have a wife, right? And for whatever reason, that particular wife may not be as intimate with him as he would like. Believe it or not, every relationship in every marriage, women are not just swinging on poles having sex with their man all day. So he may have need for companionship now, whereas he's not really interested in having another child, but he needs another woman for companionship. So he may have a concubine, he may have another wife. You never know what his situation might be. But the point is, we can't look at it as, oh, men in today's day are being pushed into this and pushed into that, because a lot of the guys, they're not really educated on what it means to take care of a woman. And we're not even talking about economics. We're not talking about how much money they got. Me personally, I don't feel that a lot of the guys today are built and prepared to practice polygyny because, number one, they don't even know how to deal with one woman. See, I'm coming from a logical perspective. A lot of men in today's culture only see women as a piece of meat that they can use to sleep with, and then they leave, or the woman ends the relationship. Normally, women end the relationships. A lot of guys don't know how to have successful relationships. So I feel that if a man is not building with a woman to have long-term success, then he's not built or equipped to deal with more than one woman. It's similar to multitasking in the workplace. If all you could do is one task, and that's all you can do, as a supervisor, I cannot give you more work because you're not going to be able to do it. You know what I mean? So it's very important to understand that it has nothing to do with money. It has to do with, can the man be successful at multitasking with all his wives? Because you said a few things in your video that, we'll get into a little later on, that we're going to talk about in terms of how, if there was two of you, how, could a man deal with two of you? Now, Danica, by you saying if it was two of you, the guys in the comments are going to saying, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind having two of Danica's. Any man is going to want to have multiple. It's like every man's dream to date twins. Come on now. So saying that is sort of like, it's not going to really give you the answers that you want from a man in a respectful manner. They're going to be thinking sexual because it's like, wow, two Danica's, and respect to your man as well. I'm not trying to do nothing slick, but my point is, when you say, if it was two of me, understand that the men in your comments are going to say, yeah, I wouldn't mind having two Danica's, because any man wouldn't mind having two twin women, and these particular women are his wives, two twins. Not that he's sleeping with both of them, but the point is, it's like one of the guys, one of many fantasies that men would have. So again, we're going to talk a little bit more about this. I'm doing this in several parts because I don't want to have the videos too long, because they're all in 4K resolution, and I want to make sure that they upload quick. So, hey, we'll be back with you more, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot to put this particular video in wide angle, so it's in the normal viewing point, focal length. So, hey, we're going to come back with another one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Ringo TV Reactions. I'm out. Peace.